guys, Mark the Colour Kiwi here, finally back, got my office all sorted, or at least close enough at the moment. Finally can actually start painting again after what feels like forever. So I've got the day off and I've been pottering around doing some bits and pieces. I'm working on a few different things. I'm working on some Anglo-Danes for Saga since the new Saga versions come out, and I'm in the process at the moment of finishing basing some of my Italian allies, because finally my Roman army is just on close to 1,000 points and it's looking pretty special, I think. So I'm going to take a lot of pictures and show that off to you later on. But just a quick video, so I'm not dead, I'm actually back. I'm going to do a little bit of a show of my office, what it looks like at the moment, and then I'll get into what's on the painting table for the moment. Alright, so it's nice to be back, guys, and hopefully I'll be bringing you more content as we go. Alright guys, so here's my office space as I have it now. It's still got a bit of work to go. The stuff over here is not going to be there. I just haven't found a place for it yet, but it's all going to get thrown away eventually. And what we've got down here, this is all my armies I'm in the process of working on at the moment. And my boat, of course, which I need to get back to, the Trimarine. There's a lot of Romans in there, but we'll get to those later on. And then there's a Goblin army down in there, and there's a whole lot of Greeks, and God, there's all sorts of stuff down there. But that's all eventually got to go back into my cabinets here. Now, and here it's kind of like a combination of a lot of books, because I have no bookcase just at the moment, and more Greeks. Some light reading, different stuff and bits and pieces. And then on the other side here we've got piles more figures. Oh, and it's not going to open because it's stuck. Isn't that typical? Too much crap. Okay, so as we can basically see, there's a lot of figures in there. Lots and lots, and this is only part of it. There's tons of it that's actually like sitting in boxes elsewhere that needs to go. Down in here it's getting a bit dark, but I've got my camera gear in there. There's 2 or 3 cameras, shitloads of lenses, and a whole lot of bits and pieces down the bottom, which needs to come back out and actually do some stuff, because I'm actually, not only do I paint, but I'm also a bit of a photographer as well. That's one of my pictures there. I've just got up on the screen because it's interesting for the moment. And the plan is on the walls to have a whole bunch of my pictures that I've taken, and just have them down the walls on either of the sides there, and try and fill up all this blank space because it's boring as maybe some posters or something. And then this corner here, I'm actually going to have my bookshelf, so I can actually get all the books from out over here and put them back over here, and then they'll take care of that and allow me to put more of these figures in there, which is where they're always meant to be. Alright, so this is my setup now. Now I've got a bit of a dual setup going on, even though it doesn't look it. So this is my gaming beast that I just built. I'm not going to go into specs on that because it's just a computer at the end of the day, but it runs this 3-screen system, and it is necessary having 3 screens in this point. This one here can actually spin out and turn, which is how I often use it, and I use it for when I'm doing work, when I'm painting, which is over in this bit here. This is my dog Max, who passed away earlier in the year. I had to put him down. He was my best buddy, so he's always got a pride place right on the painting table. And that's my dad, who passed away about 16 years ago, so he always has a pride of place there as well. But I use this as a combination of, this is more for gaming. This one's sort of like a pseudo laptop and screen. I use this for displaying stuff when I'm painting tips and things like that, and then I often use this one here for just watching YouTube and things like that, but also when I'm recording stuff, either of these 2 screens can actually have stuff on them. Now, for the way I've done my new setup for painting to try and keep everything quite clean and minimalistic, I've got this here. Now, this is nice and white, and when it's got light on it, it's actually really, really nice and white. So I'm going to be using this for doing a lot of displays and pictures on things I've painted and stuff like that. It's nice and it makes things stand out. And I've got this mount here, so I can actually mount the camera from above, and we'll be able to do some nice top-down shots, do some zooming in, pulling back, etc. That's the plan, at least. Alright, and now the actual cabinet itself. I don't know where I came up with this idea. I'm sure someone else has done it before me, but I've got all my paints in a drawer. So when I'm sitting here painting, I can just reach over, grab what I want, pull it out, put it down, do what I need to do, put it back, keeps everything really nice and tidy and out of the way. And then the other two drawers are just, you know, always have some tissue paper just in case. You never know when you go to clean up a spill, or if doobity dog goes and makes a mess somewhere. Alright, so this is all my basing stuff in that, all very boring. And then finally in here, this is all the extra paints that wouldn't fix, and my flock and basing materials and other assorted bits and pieces. Now, I really actually need a second one of these, which I probably will get, and I'll stick it over on this side over here. But yeah, that's basically my setup. So now on to some of the things I've been painting, just to give you something that's actually a little bit more exciting to look at than my stupid office. Alright, so the light's not great here because I need to put a second light in, but here's a couple of units of skirmishers, Italian ally skirmishers. So these could be companions or a whole lot of other different groups basically, but they're some of the poor guys that got beaten up by the Romans and then went and joined them. And so I've been working on them. I've got like 2 more of them to do, and then the entire army is finished. Now when I say finished, there's actually extra models over here that I'm going to add in as well, but I don't need them for the army, there's something extra. And then what we have here, these are the, if I get some light down on them, and some Anglo-Danes that I'm trying to work on. Oh, I cannot get the light to work on them today. There we go, that's a bit better. Alright, so get this one out of the way because I've only got one that's finished so far. So fairly simple, fairly straightforward, basic shields. They are a bit glossy at the moment, they still need to have some matte varnish on when I finish, and a few extra highlights here and there, but you get the idea. So there's going to be a whole range of different, each shield's different design, different idea, following a similar theme though. And because it's Saga, you know, what they're armed with doesn't really matter that much. So I've got some with spears, some with axes, because they are Danes and Danes like the axe, and then some spears and swords just because I can. Alright, so that's basically it for the moment. I'm also working on some 15mm stuff just to finish off some Carthaginian bits and pieces from my buddy Mark, who bought my 15mm Carthies off me. So they'll be finished by the end of the weekend, and then I think I might actually be in a position where if someone's interested, I could probably take on some commission work. So if anyone is keen on getting any 28mm stuff done or 15mm stuff done, send me a message, let me know, we'll have a look and see what we can do. Alright guys, thanks for checking in, and I'll leave this as is because it's rambled on a bit long, and basically it was just showing off what I've been doing for the last few weeks. But next time around we'll actually have some proper on the painting. I think I'll do a review soon of another box set I got just recently, maybe of some Carthaginians, I don't know. And I'll try and get some finished Numidian horse actually on the table as well, because I've been promising them for a while as well. So anyway guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.